June 21st. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand that Israel prevailed, and when he had let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. Exodus 17, verse 11. Moses had grown old and feeble. He could no longer lead the host of Israel in battle against their enemies. He therefore resigns his command to Joshua in the war with Amalek. But Moses is not too old and feeble to pray to God for victory. While the battle rages, he lifts up his hands in fervent prayer, and every time he lets his tired hands sink, the battle turns against Israel. Now he has Aaron and Hur hold up his hands until the going down of the sun, when the enemy is routed and the victory completely won. What an inspiring example Moses here gives to our elderly Christians who can no longer actively engage in work and often complain about being so useless and impatiently wait for death. Oh, you dear elderly ones, stop your grieving and complaining and follow the example of Moses here. If you can do nothing else, you can all pray. And you know the apostle says that fervent prayer availeth much, James 5, verse 16. Employ your lonely hours by praying for your loved ones, pray for your church, for your missionaries, for your dear country, for the poor and sick and dying. The great church father Augustine was a wayward boy in his youth, but his old mother Monica persisted in praying for him and beseeching God for his conversion. One day her pastor, Bishop Ambrose, said to her, "It is impossible that a child of so many tears and prayers should not be saved." And God did finally hear Monica's prayers, and her son became a faithful confessor and mighty defender of Christ's saving truth. Oh, how many glorious examples there are of the great saving power of persistent and interceding prayer. The battling Church of Christ needs nothing so much in these restless, stormy, evil days as the effectual, earnest prayers of its faithful adherents. Then let all of us, and especially our old Simeons and Annas, pray Christ's cause on to victory. If you cannot be the watchman standing high on Zion's wall, pointing out the path to heaven, offering life and peace to all, with your prayers and with your bounties, you can do what heaven demands. You can be like faithful Aaron, holding up the prophet's hands.
The Family Altar, brief daily devotions based on selected scripture texts by F.W. Herzberger, published St. Louis, Missouri, Concordia Publishing House, 1922.